Hello, everyone. This is Larry Everett with with Massively OP. I just read the chat. Said this suspense is killing me. Anyway, thank you everybody for joining in. You are watching OPTV, and this is my live stream of Morrowind, the new chapter. They're calling it a chapter. A new chapter that came out today for uh, the Elder Scrolls Online. It's essentially an expansion, and if anybody has ever played the Elder Scrolls 3, which came out 10 years ago, or 15 years ago rather. Wow, I'm getting old. 15 years ago, this is in the same setting, the same place, just a different time. This is about 1,000 years before the Elder Scrolls 3. And anyway, I am here to show off this wondrous land here. I'm not going to do the main quest, although I am on this particular character. I am halfway through the main quest. So as you notice, I am in Vivec City, which if anybody has, like I said, if you played Elder Scrolls 3, you've been to Vivec City before. This is Vivec City in Morrowind for Elder Scrolls Online, and you can see Vivec's temple right in the back. And the lore of this is so deep that to just the few sentences that I get to explain what's happening is just absolutely not enough to encompass all of that. But the simplest way to put it that I can think of is we are in the Dark Elf territory, or the Dunmer territory, and deep inside it, on this island that exists, and I can show you. We are on this island up here, which is part of Morrowind. Morrowind actually extends all the way, like Morrowind comes down and hooks around here, and that's all Morrowind. This is the island of Vardenfell. And on Vardenfell, get out of there. On Vardenfell, most of Vardenfell is oversaw by Vivec, who is one of the Tribunal, and the Tribunal are three living gods for the Dunmer. Is there supposed to be an article for this mop stream? Yeah, actually there is. There should be. It should be live if it was set right. I'm double checking to make sure it was set right. Forgive my little bit of silence. Oh, well, that's a little weird. Oh, it's set for 6:55. Oh well. I thought. Yeah, no, wait. That's. Did I set it for the wrong time? I did. I'm gonna see if I can just make this live. No, wait. It should be live. Hold on. Regardless, yeah, it doesn't look like it. But regardless, I am going to be streaming for a couple of hours. I'm not going to be. Yeah. I hate to move things around though. I hate to move things around because, yeah, at Pizza Ranch. Uh, I hate to move things around because I don't know how Bree has things set up. I don't. Hold on. I'm going to ask her real quick. Anyway, I sent a message to Bree. Thank you for pointing that out. I didn't realize that. I mean, like I said, I'm not going to be giving away for a little bit. I do want to show off Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind to see what's there. But just so, Catriona, how's it going? At any rate, let me show you a little bit about what is in the collector's edition while we try to figure out what's going on with the post for the site. So at any rate, what's in the collector's edition, aside from you get the base game of Elder Scrolls Online, you also get all of Morrowind chapter expansion, whatever you want to call it. That includes all of the island of Vardenfell. And so at any rate, I'm going to I'll just show off what's available. No, BBB, thank you. I appreciate it. No, I appreciate you pointing that out to me. I really do. So at any rate, so let me do this. Let me. What do we got? Most of this is in collections. The things that you get are going to be. There's a special. This is if you have it, if you have the Warden, which is the new class that comes with Morrowind. The Warden. This character is not a Warden. This character is a Nightblade. The Warden is basically a kind of a jack of all trades kind of what would you kind of jack of all trades kind of class. It covers just about everything pretty equally. There's other classes like for instance, the Nightblade is a really good, I would say really good DPS, and it can be a pretty good healing class. But when it comes to by itself, gosh, it's so hard to say this because some of the things in this game you can pretty much play whatever class you want to and cover just about any kind of role that you want to, because a lot of the skills are weapon based and whatnot. So yeah, and whereas Nightblade usually thematically, I should say thematically focuses on DPS and whatnot, and less on healing and tanking. The Warden thematically covers everything. There's a clear healing line. There's a clear tanking line. There is a clear DPS line, which is their nature line, which you can see right there. They have a bear. That bear that I'm kind of floating on right now. That is from the Warden. There is a Warden that's near there that has that bear. You can notice it because it has a little what do you call that? Shiny thing on it. And so, at any rate, one of the things that they can get is this this gray bear instead of that brown bear, which you see that back there. They can get a gray bear with the collector's edition, and that's what I'll be giving away. You also get these emotes, these exact emotes that are here, which is a belly laugh, which I don't think I can do it just by clicking on it, can I? No. Alright. I'll have to show you later. Go quietly. Kiss this, which is one that I was doing on the last stream with MJ all the time. And then tea time. Those are all special emotes specifically for that come with the collector's edition. And in fact, that's what they say. They say right there that acquired through the purchase of Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind Collector's Edition. There are also pets, there's one pet that you get here, the dwarven spider, which, oh shoot, there he is, right there. That's one you get with the collector's edition, and then there is another one that comes with. There it is. The war dog is the dwarven war dog is a part of the discovery pack, which you get with the collector's edition as well. I'll walk around with the spider just so you guys can see it. You also get this mount. Can I preview it? No. Anyway, yeah, I'll show it to you in just a minute. You also get this dwarven warhorse mount, and one more thing you get. Get a costume, which is, there it is. That costume right there, and there you can see it going on. That's the costume. So I'm gonna wear this the whole time. Anyway, so that's that. Oh, and if you want to see the warhorse, this is the warhorse. Yeah, right there. That's what that looks like. And what was the other emotes that? Okay, let me get off the warhorse, and I think it's belly laugh, right? There's that. Yep, and guess this. Tea time was the other one, right? Actually, I haven't looked at that. Oh, that's weird. Okay. I don't know what that is. I mean, obviously they're doing tea, but I don't know. Yeah, it's a pretty good looking horse. I'm actually not a big fan of the horse mounts either, but it's not a bad looking one. Anyway, so what I want to do today, while we are kind of sort of waiting for the second half of the stream to start, I'm going to go to Balmora. I'm not going to do the main quest. I have as I kind of alluded to before, I did start the main quest already on this character, and I am kind of about halfway through it, so I don't want to catch you in the middle of that quest. But I haven't done anything in Balmora. Balmora is one of the first cities that you meet. Actually, you go to Seydenine and then Vivec City. And this is in this game. You go Seydenine, then you go to Vivec City, which is where we are right now. We're in Vivec City, and then you go to Balmora, and it's kind of the same trip that you would make in. It's kind of the same trip you would make in the original Test 3 as well. You would go to, I think, Balmora is usually about the third city that you visit anyway. And I'm being asked if I have I don't actually have a warden right now. I did not create a warden character. However, I did play a warden character on the test center when it was live. I played it for about a month-ish, 3 weeks or so. And what weapon line would I choose? I guess it depends on how you want to play. I think and this is just purely my opinion based off of my playtime, and obviously other people are going to have different different kinds of play styles and whatnot. But just based on what I've seen of it, the Warden DPS specifically, the Warden DPS, which is the one with the nature line in it, the animal companion is what they call it. The one that one I think really shines when you have some sort of ranged weapon, and currently, I think one of the best ranged weapons to get is a destruction staff. So, like frost staff or inferno staff or something along that line, would be that would be what I would suggest doing personally. But that's all me. That's from my testing time. I know some other people a little bit more. I'm less. I'm more a solo kind of player. I don't. I'm not a group. I don't do a lot of group activities. I don't do a lot of PvP. So from that perspective, from a player that just kind of plays the game, does some group stuff periodically. But yeah, that's what I would. That's what I would say. If you're doing a healing line, obviously restoration staff is pretty good. I'm trying to think of what other would be good for healing. I honestly, restoration staff is about all I can think of that would be really good for that, because it's kind of a at a distance kind of thing, and most of it's like AOE kind of healing stuff, and yeah. You would want to be able to be in the back of the group and still be able to do things in the front. Now, obviously, tanking, best is going to be sword and board, hands down. So the ice line is really kind of great. I think the defensive buffs that it has are really interesting and really neat. If I were to pick currently, just because of probably because of the newness of it, but I think that the Warden tanking ice nature, whatever you want to call it, that right now is probably one of the best tanking classes you can get, as far as I am concerned. As about its survivability, it's the buffs to your to other people in group, those kinds of things. I know there's other people that are probably have gone through and min-maxed everything and have different opinions regarding it, but just the general feel, I like the ice one. So anyway, we are going to go to Balmora. There's two ways we can go to Balmora. They're right next to each other. Hi, Yuli Witness. Good to see you. Thanks for joining the stream. Obviously, we still have the way shrines, which is, I think you can see them. You can see all the way shrines here, and that are on Vardenfell. I think this is all. Well, there's one up here that I haven't got yet on this character. One up here, and I think there's one over here too. Anyway, but at any rate, I'm not going to do that. That's not how I'm going to get around this time. I'm going to use Silt Strider, and if you have been to, or if you played Test 3, you know what Silt Strider are. And in fact, if you played Skyrim, you know what they are as well. They're big, giant fleas. I mean, really, that's what they are. Let's be honest. They're fleas, and that you can ride. But the Silt Strider in this game,
to me, Vivek City would only be for the Dark Elves. Oh, I suppose we could have a few servants to sweep the streets, but that would be it. Well, who am I to question the word of our god? How can I help you, friend?
Okay, so I'm going to go to a nearby settlement.
Looking to get out of
and I'm going to go to Balmora.
Smart decision. I could use some time away myself. I can take you to Suran or Balmora. They're fairly close. Do either of those locations interest you?
I am going to go to Balmora. Wow, my FPS dropped big time there. Sorry about that. Let's come back up. Alright, so to start the quest in Balmora, how do we enter the drawing? Well, I'm going in about, in a few minutes, in about an hour, I'd say, or less, or maybe a little bit more. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. Whenever it feels like a good place to stop. I'm going to announce for everybody to enter and you'll type something into chat, and when you type that into chat, then it'll pick at random one of the people that have typed the word into chat, and you'll get. I'll send you the code via Twitch.
You look like the traveling sort. In your excursions, have you perchance come upon a young dark elf named Vea? She went missing a couple of weeks ago, and her father desperately seeks any information regarding her whereabouts. That's a shame. Her father, Eris, the house counselor here in Balmora, promises that anyone who can find his daughter and return her safely to his side will be well rewarded. You should speak to Counselor Eris. He's opened the kin house to interview potential recruits. Freelancers, as it were. If you're interested, go speak to the counselor. The longer Vea remains missing, the more distressed Counselor Eris becomes. Counselor Eris can be found at the Redoran kin house, and do hurry. He's ever so troubled by our failure to locate young Vea. If he finds that an outsider can succeed where the houseguard has failed, so be it. I have no issue with Counselor Eris seeking help. It's where he's decided to get that help that concerns me. House Redoran doesn't need outsiders to take care of its business. But who am I to question a house counselor?
So, if anybody knows anything about Dunmer politics and whatnot, it's divided into houses. 2 of them are in the mainland, main Tamerland of Morrowind, and the other 3 generally are on the island of Vardenfell. And Redoran is one of the more traditional, I guess, stoic kind of Dunmer houses. They're all about doing the right thing and honor and those kinds of things. And they're very isolationist, which many Dunmer, to be honest, are fairly isolationist. And that's what House Redoran is. So I'm going to ask about House Redoran.
How can anyone not know about House Redoran? Is this some sort of Outlander ruse? Well, in that case, Redoran is the grandest of the great Dunmer houses. We champion the virtues of duty and piety, and we have a proud military tradition. Our house comes first in all things. I don't understand why Eris seeks outside help. If I knew what happened to the Counselor's daughter, I wouldn't be talking to you now, would I? As far as we can tell, she left of her own accord. There wasn't any foul play involved that we're aware of. Beyond that, you'd have to ask the Counselor. Counselor Eris Relith oversees Redoran operations in Balmora and the surrounding countryside. He's very influential, very powerful. Usually, the Counselor doesn't allow his passions to get the better of him. But Vea is his daughter, after all.
Alright, so there's that. And no, we did not get to see the flea bouncing around. And that kind of annoys me a little bit, too, that it's just kind of an instant travel thing. And to give you a general idea of where we are, you can see Red Mountain, which is like pluming with smoke right now. We're a little bit closer to Red Mountain. And Vivek City is down that way somewhere. Which is not one of the other things I think is really, really great about Morrowind specifically. Now, you do run into this most of the time in the other parts of Elder Scrolls Online as well, but you basically, if you see something, except for Red Mountain, which obviously it's mountain, you're not going to climb the mountain, but you can pretty much go there. Like, you can see things off into the distance, and you'll be able to see them. It's a little bit cloudy right now because of where I am as far as the story is concerned, but generally speaking, you can see quite a bit of distance, a ways in the distance, and actually travel there. So I need to talk to Counselor Eris, and I don't know where he is. Where is he? There he is. Okay, he's behind me. So, and if you guys, so I have, just so you guys are aware, I have spoken a couple times to people at Cinemax Online regarding certain things, and if you have any, and I've also, like I said, played through Morrowind. I played through the main story all the way through. I played through this story, and I played through some of the other side quests as well. If you have any questions at all about what's going on, or if you have any questions regarding anything about the game, about the new expansion or the game itself, feel free to ask me. Oh, you're not in the same instance. All right, did you friend me? Hold on. If you friended me, hold on a second. Oh, never mind. If you friended me, you can actually come to my instance.
May I be of service?
I'm going to turn the music up just a little bit, just a hair. Because they do have really good music in here.
Yes? Is there something I can do for you, Outlander? My daughter has been gone too long, and the house guard can't seem to find a wall in the corner. But why should I trust you with this task? Tell me, Outlander.
I think if you know, if
when my forces
it's the same name as my Twitter name.
Time and time again. An interesting insight. Perhaps you can find my daughter. Vea can handle herself, but the father worries, you understand? Anyway, I agree with your assessment. That's why I'm willing to bring in outside help on this. Vea fled after a family disagreement. She's run away before, but I'm concerned that she might have something more permanent in mind this time, and more dangerous. Vea knows how to evade the house guard, but as you said, she doesn't know you. Captain Briven oversees the house's attempt to locate my daughter. You should speak to him and see what his investigation has already turned up. That is a private matter. If your investigation proves fruitful, and such matters become relevant, we can discuss the particulars then, but not before. Like my daughter, my wife has a mind of her own. What the two of you discuss is your own affair. Just understand that I haven't employed you to solve my family's problems. I only need you to find my daughter.
How's Morrowind? I like Morrowind quite a bit. Rashguard, will you get okay? You can find me at Shadow. That's my Twitter handle. That's like everything that I use. SHADDOE. You guys can follow me if you want. At Shadow. SHADDOE. Anyway, what do I think? How's Morrowind? It's good. It's great. I'm actually quite excited about it. I think they've done a pretty good job of this.
Vea has always been fascinated by the Morag Tong. Even admired one of their agents when she was growing up. It's possible she sought refuge with this agent, or even decided to join the organization. Though I hope I'm wrong about that. The Morag Tong? They're an ancient guild of assassins sanctioned by the tribunal to carry out honorable writs of execution. Ostensibly, they're supposed to keep the houses from resorting to all-out war. but I still find the practice barbaric.
It's never a good thing to get involved in domestic disputes. Rarely ends well for the outsider. You are correct.
Someone of no consequence, and not at all important to accomplishing your mission. Besides, you don't find Morag Tong agents, they find you. Just pray it's not because your name wound up on one of their writs. That is a death sentence. He's probably patrolling the town square at this time of day. Briven's soldiers have been trying to get information out of Vea's friends. But those young men and women are almost as good at avoiding the house guard as my daughter.
Alright, let's see. Whoa, there's something actually written here. Let's see what this is about. I forget what this is. Lalu letter of complaint. Okay. 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 Oh my gosh. It's too much. And unrelated. No. S-H-A-D-D-O-E. S-H-A-D-D-O-E. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna go talk to that guy. Talk to Captain Briven. See what he has to say. Man, whenever I step outside, like when I first step outside, the FPS drops big time. That howling noise is the Silt Strider, which is really weird. And it makes that noise. It always has been weird.
Not now, Outlander. If you need some sort of assistance, go find one of the House Guard. You must be one of the freelancers the Council employed to supplement the duties of the House Guard. Very well. I'll tell you what I know. Vea ran away. Again. I hope you can succeed when my troops have failed. If anything happens to Vea... I've known the Relith family since I was a child. Vea is like a sister to me, and I'll do everything in my power to get her home safe and sound. Even trust an Outlander. We think her friends may know where she is, but they keep eluding us. Perhaps. As long as you don't get too close. They've been running notes of late. I think it has something to do with Vea, but the runners keep evading my guards. Look for a group meeting on the other side of town, and see if you can follow the note. When you find Vea's friends, remember to keep your distance. You just want to spot the note carrier and follow him to whoever's receiving these messages. That's the key to locating Vea. If you can't do it, don't worry. The house can handle it. Vea's a born warrior. Hard-headed, stubborn, a real pain in the ass. She can fight like an angry netch, though. I keep trying to get her to join the militia, and she always turns me down. That's not my tale to tell. If Councillor Eris or his wife won't speak of the troubles his family has had to deal with in recent weeks, maybe you can ask Vea, if and when you find her. We started to notice groups of young dark elves gathering in out-of-the-way parts of the city. One of my guards saw them pass a note between them, but they split up and she lost them in the back alleys. Could be a love poem or a recipe for Kwama cream cocktail. But we suspect it's the way Vea
Kwama
has been
cream
keeping tabs on what's been
cocktail.
happening in the city. Look, it may amount to nothing, but the note could give us a lead on where to find Vea.
Yay, I've got a friend. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, I gotta find that note.
I can't believe Lord Vivek wouldn't see worshippers today.
He's a living god. I'm sure he was just busy.
Get this letter to Trevis. It's important.
Ooh,
Just don't let House Redoran get their hands on it.
they're talking.
If you think you're being followed, find a place to hide. Good luck.
Apparently, the shiny letter is what I'm supposed to follow. That was not in beta, by the way. It's pretty funny. That's really funny. They added this shot. They added the glow to it. Ah. Oh no! Oh, there it is. Why are they running so fast? It's so fun. Yeah, that guy's bound. Oh, let's see what's happening. Alright, gotta confront Dravis. Wherever Dravis went.
Well done. This should help us determine what happened to Vea's brother.
Which one's Dravis? Oh, upstairs. Upstairs. There we go. Hi.
Hello, can I help you? Wait a moment.
Why, yes.
You're
Yes, you
one of
can.
those hirelings House Redoran pays to harass us simple folk.
I am!
Look, all Vea wants to do is to find out what happened to her brother.
Totally.
The house doesn't seem to care a swit about any of that. Vea wants nothing to do with the house or her father. Why can't any of you respect that? Even if I wanted
I don't know, I'll
to
just
help,
get
I haven't
paid.
seen Vea since she snuck out of town. We communicate by notes, and this one isn't even about her. Well, if you must know, it concerns Vea's brother. He was an officer in the House Guard before he vanished without a trace. We've been trying to help Vea find him. A local tough, goes by the name of Ashur. He delivers the letters. We usually meet him outside of town to the northeast. But good luck trying to get any
Ashur.
information out of him. Ashur is not known for his conversational skills.
Alright, Asher then.
I think we're done here, don't you? I told you where to find Ashur. He's
Do
been
we,
passed
do we
on
want to
to
find more about...
just to the north and east, outside of town. Or is this your way of offering to save me a trip since you're headed his way? You think I'm just going to tell you all our secrets?
Oh,
Commander?
crap.
Well, that's not going to happen. I won't betray Vea.
Well, that was... Alright, fine. Find Asher. I think I don't like the horse mounts because of the animations. I'm not a big fan of how the animations work for horses.
You killed one of my gang, Swit. No writ will protect you from us.
Feeling left out? I'm sure I can procure a writ for each of you.
That's it! Kill the Morag Tong and any witnesses!
I'll just take my...
Heal me!
No use getting my axes bloody again.
Where did Asher go?
I had that situation under control. Just
Of course you did.
needed them to make the first hostile move. Still, I cleaned enough blood off my axes for one day, so thanks for lending a hand.
My favorite mounts are the cat mounts. I love that's the one I usually use. Either the Panther or
You were you? Was it Melissa? I told her I'd close out my tab after I completed another contract. That woman has the patience of an anxious Nyx. Well, tell her I'm good for it. I'll stop by and we can conclude our business cordially. Vea? The new apprentice? Now why in oblivion do you care about Vea?
I don't know if I like his armor. Something's funky about it.
Are you now? And why do you want to do that? Never mind, I don't really care. I was asked to pass along some notes, but I'm not really the messenger type. I suggest you talk to Vea's mentor. Last I heard, she had a job in the Western Ruins. Make sure you don't anger Vea's mentor, or even look at her the wrong way. She's grown surprisingly protective of that young woman, and if she thinks you pose a danger... Besides, I'd hate to see you wind up on the wrong end of one of our writs. You know, the usual buyer's remorse. I see a lot of that in my line of work. Turns out, I had to kill a bad man who did bad things. The writ was legal and above board. Unfortunately, his brother didn't see it that way and was looking for revenge. I'd rather not. She's particular about her secrets, and I don't want to get on a bad side. You should keep that in mind too if you plan to continue on this course. Vea's mentor usually sticks to the rules, but I
See ya, BBB.
turn my back on her. Oh, you make it sound so obscene. Still, that's pretty much an accurate description. But it's not like I work for the Dark Brotherhood or anything. I don't kill anyone without a sanctioned writ. Keeps the great houses in line. It's a calling.
All right. Next. Oh man, I gotta go way over there. Okay. Here, here. I'm gonna switch mounts. This is one of the ones that I like a lot, and not just because it's glowy, although that's part of the reason, but also the animation on it's much smoother. You go to the south, right? Yeah. South-ish. Southwest-ish. I love how there's also a day and night cycle, and you can't see it because it's under Mo's head, but there is... I've got a plugin that has a map that says the actual time, my time, and the in-game time. Got a quiet chat room tonight. Is everybody off playing Elder Scrolls Online? Is that the deal? Oh no, it's just Nick Sox. Good.
Leave me, Outlander. Let me die in the shame I've brought to Malakath. Defeated by a lone warrior. Malakath will laugh at our incompetence. An assassin. Probably a Morag tongue. She tracked our leader here. But she doesn't know. We set a trap inside the ruins. Oh.
She's just one woman! Get inside the ruins and stop her!
Get inside the ruins and stop her! That was pretty amazing. The minimap is a minimap is an add-on. It's a pretty good add-on, and it's one that's been updated. Right now, my add-ons are kind of low compared to where they used to be, because many of them aren't up to date, and I'm shying away from using ones that aren't up to date.
Let the assassin come. I'm tired of running and she doesn't frighten me.
Let the assassin come. Oh, somebody's gotten Warden. And there is Naryu Varian. We met her earlier, actually. If you watched the live stream with me and MJ, you saw her there. She's like been kind of the Pinnacle's cornerstone, if you will, character. Kind of hard to chat, probably.
You have a habit of turning up at the most unusual moments, don't you, hero? Questions? I don't have time for questions. I have a writ to complete. Look, I can't keep these evil cultists waiting. You want to talk? Find me after I finish this job. Hero, we really need to stop meeting like this.
And unfortunately, we can't get up there. So we gotta go around.
Come out, little assassin! Or is the Morag tongue too scared to meet the powerful snake face to face?
That's the little dialogue that we hear. And congratulations on leveling up, whoever that was.
Really, Slade? This only delays the inevitable.
Secret tusks! You won't get past me!
to see an orc about a writ.
Oh, okay. I guess we're following her.
Don't kill me. I didn't mean to interfere with House Silvani's plans. I made a mistake.
A mistake? Well, that explains everything. I'll just let the Talvani know. I'm sure Mage Valen will understand.
Oh, that's a relief. I thought for sure you were going to kill me.
I am. I hate when my leathers get wet. And this is a new outfit, too. Ah, well. I suppose we ought to discuss what you're doing here. I have to admit, when I saw you, I thought, what the tusk are you doing down here? Pardon my orcish. Did you really follow me across the continent? That shows commitment. Kind of creepy, but still a lot of commitment. Well, that's not what I expected. But you can just turn around and leave. You're not going to find her. Faye's going through a difficult time right now. And the last thing she needs is some house veteran lackey adding to her pain and confusion. I know you, hero. It's old man Eris I don't trust. He didn't tell you about Vea's brother, did he? How House Redron exiled their favorite son. No? I didn't think so. Vea deserves answers, and I promise to help her. You need to just walk away. Outsiders? Is her father really that desperate? Look.
Yes.
Tell Eris that Vea's safe and you'll see her soon. But no more outsiders. If my organization gets skittish, they'll return to the shadows and take Vea with them.
No tab targeting. That's correct. Have you not, Morpheus, you not played Elder Scrolls before? Yeah, there's no tab targeting. K and M support. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, keyboard and mouse. Okay. Well, no. Yeah, I don't know how there would be.
Well, it's not exactly a lie, and I don't want things to get out of hand. I'll arrange a meeting, provided Vea agrees. You let Eris know she's safe. Get him to stop hiring freelancers before someone gets hurt. I'll send word when we're ready. That was poetry in motion. Not only is my organization getting choice assignments again, but we're starting to recover some of our prestige. Specifically, these Malakath cultists interfered with House Telvanni, so they had to be dealt with. Oh, him? No one special. Just the leader of this particular band of mad cultists. His name was on the writ, so I had to end him. It's what I do, after all, and I do it so well. I suppose if you're in for a sliver, you might as well be in for the log. I'm with the Morrowind Tong, and what you witnessed was a legal murder. According to my writ, the orc had to die. So, I killed him. Now, if you don't mind, I need to get back to Vea. Vea and I have a history. Her brother, too. They were good kids. Liked to watch me train. Now I feel responsible for her. When she came to me looking for help and asked to join the Morag Tong, who was I to refuse?
Yeah, this, although it's really funny, this game has a lot of your standard, well, I guess standard MMO conventions. It also has a lot of things that are different than a lot of MMOs. It's.
She's a natural at this, and it gives me a chance to keep an eye on her. So now I'm her mentor and she's my apprentice. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Okay, I'm not sure what is up with the post. It's not showing up. Why is this not gone live? That's so weird. It should be live. It's not. Oh no, it is live. Okay, but I'm not seeing it. Why am I not seeing it? Why is this not gone live? That's so weird. Give me a second while I check this real quick. There's something wrong with the post. Is not appearing on the front page. Well, it seems to be live. It's just for some reason it's not appearing on the front page for me. But anyway, hopefully other people are seeing it. And if you are just now joining us, thank you very much for joining the stream. My name is Larry Everett. I am a reporter here at Massively Overpowered. I generally handle Star Wars: The Old Republic and Elder Scrolls Online. And right now we are. I write columns for both Star Wars: The Old Republic and Elder Scrolls Online. I write the Tamriel Infinium for Elder Scrolls Online, and we are currently playing the expansion that just launched today called Morrowind, and it happens on the island of Vardenfell. It happens on, which is the same island that the Elder Scrolls 3 happens, the single player game Elder Scrolls 3, and this is obviously a multiplayer game, although for me personally, it's I play it more like a single player game with just a bunch of other people. So, and I apologize if you not seeing the post on the front page. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but regardless, we are doing a giveaway for the Elder Scrolls Morrowind in less than an hour. Sometime during this next hour, I am going to be giving away Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind, the Collector's Edition, which has, not only does it have the base game for Elder Scrolls Online, so if you do not have Elder Scrolls Online, you could possibly get that today, the whole game. And then it also has the expansion, or the chapter as they're calling it, Morrowind, which is the new stuff that I'm showing off today. It also will give you access to the Warden class, which is the new class that just launched, and also some other nice goodies like mini pet and a mount and Morag Tong not motif. I forget what they call it. Where you can change your armor to look like Morag Tong, and all sorts of other nice little goodies. I'm going to be giving that away today, so stick around for a little bit. And if you have any questions about it, I have talked to the devs over at ZeniMax Online Studios quite a bit, actually, and I got to play it in beta. I played through the main story. I played through some of the side quests. I have done a little bit of group content, a little bit of other stuff. I'm not a huge PvPer myself, although I did talk to Brian Wheeler, who is the PvP designer, quite a bit about the about the new PvP that it was introduced. So it's a lot of I'm really enjoying Morrowind. I think it has a lot of the things that some of the other MMOs are missing. It's like just being able to go off and do whatever you want. Because right now, I'm doing a quest that is not the main quest. It's a side quest that I just picked up. It's there. I can go and just do it. It's one of the great things I think about this particular game, is because you can just do whatever you want whenever you want to do it. So, anyway, we are. What has just happened is we were looking for this Okay, now it's kind of bugging me. Wow, it is just not. It is not showing up on the main page, and I'm not sure why. Okay, I have updated it. The front page. I'm not sure what is exactly going on. I can see the post. There, now it's on the front page. There it is. I don't know what was going on. It is now on the front page, guys. I apologize for that. And anybody who joins us, I'm sorry. I have no idea. Anyway, it's on the front page of the site now. Yeah, there it is. I don't know what happened. All right, I can't persuade her, so I gotta just let her go. And now we're gonna go talk to what's his face, and we're going to convince him to. Oh, and I'm going the wrong way. We're gonna convince him to call off everybody else in search of his daughter, or who is searching for his daughter, rather. Oh, there's your warden. It's Rascard. Nice to see you. Oh, okay, so this, as far as the how things have improved since launch, this game has gone from a game that I didn't even want to play or cover or have anything to do with, honestly, and I mean that in all honesty, to what is probably one of the it is my favorite game right now to play. And here I am trying to talk and fight at the same time. How to get out of here? Over here. Yeah, I am thoroughly impressed with the changes that have been made in this game over the last couple years. And I've said that. Oop, keep hopping off my horse because I'm trying to talk at the same time. I've said this to the Elder Scrolls devs and Rich Lambert specifically, who's the producer on this, and several other people, that it's really the game has changed. It's a different game than it was whenever it launched, and I'm really impressed with it. And a lot of it, honestly, how difficult and challenging is it these days? Try to back still falling too easy. Really, instance NPCs still irk me. So there's a couple of things as far as the I guess the ease of the game. You know, something I haven't done. I'm gonna go over here and talk to this stable handler. I haven't done this today, and I need to upgrade my stable.
The golden guaz.
Anyway, and pretty. So I do think it's a little easy. I do have there's the main part of the quest lines are pretty easy. I'm not a big fan of that. Some of the boss fights though are, if not difficult, they are interesting. I'll put it that way. They do have very interesting mechanics. They're not, and I'm still going the wrong freaking way. Sorry, that's what I get for talking and writing at the same time. Yeah, so some of the mechanics are interesting. I'm in favor of them, I think, but if they're not... the only problem that I have with it is that they have attempted and not really succeeded at making the mechanics fun for both individuals and groups. Now, the group content is good. Like, if it's designed specifically for group content, it's great. But when it is not group content, like just world content, that is, it's not as hard. You get a group together, you can pretty much zerg everything, and I'm not a real big fan of that.
Vea joined that cult of assassins? I was afraid she'd do something rash. But what was she thinking? I don't see the Morag Tong as safe, but at least she's still alive, so I suppose that's something. When are we going to meet with my daughter? She won't meet with me? No, I suppose she's not ready for that quite yet. As for Vea's brother, that was all the doing of the Redoran Council. I'm not allowed to discuss the details, but he's still alive, if that's what Vea is worried about. Naryu's back in town?
Naryu?
As stubborn as Vea. Very well. No other outsiders. Although I can't dismiss the mercenaries that Captain Briven employs. House Redoran is my life, as is Vea. I'll do everything in my power to see her home safely. As you say, no other outsiders. But there are rules, Outlander. I must do everything within reason to maintain the honor of House Redoran. Here, your first payment. Soon, however, I'll expect more than just a verbal confirmation of Vea's safety. When next you see her, tell my daughter that I want to talk to her. Vea can set the terms, but I expect her to stop running away when things don't go her way. Vea has always felt shackled by the rules of House Redoran, hobbled by the many duties and obligations it presses upon its subjects. After the situation involving her brother, she decided she wanted nothing more to do with the house, or with me. That may be an oversimplification, but I suppose your statement is accurate. I walk a narrow path between House Counselor and loving father. Unfortunately, the former often supersedes the latter. That's why I want to speak to Vaya again.
Alright. So, back to talking. Yeah, it's really, really a lot better. I'm like I said, as far as the challenge of it, I'm a little bit it's a little bit underwhelming. Nothing is super challenging, and it depends on your level of gameplay, I guess, or I hate calling it level because people are different, but regardless, it depends on your how well you.
Now you said I'd
Oh,
find you,
never mind.
and damn it all if she wasn't right.
If game mechanics and things along that line are like super important to you, and you observe all of that, and that's just like your thing. Like I do a lot of that because I do raiding and things along that line. It's not, the solo mechanics are not that difficult. So I just they're pretty easy for me in general. However, if you are generally a solo player and aren't you're more interested in story and things along that line, some of the mechanics could be challenging for you. And yeah, and honestly, I play solo most of the time now, anyway. And yeah, and I kind of agree with you, Curvator, or however you say your name, Servator. I don't know. Anyway, regardless, I agree. I do think they should have some sort of boost sliders. That'd be great. I'm all about that, and allow me to turn it up and down. That'd be awesome.
Did I mention how much I hate being a messenger? Makes me wish I had a writ so I could kill something. Anyway, Nayu wants to talk to you. Said you'd know what it was all about. Here. This should explain everything, sort of. It's a map. We change locations every other day for security reasons, just in case it falls into the hands of House Redorin or someone else with an axe to grind with our organization. Never had to use a map before. Amateurs. This one leads to a key to one of our safe houses, and another map. The first map, it depicts a particular town, kind of like this one. Hint, hint. The rest? Well, you'll have to figure that out on your own. Look, I know you're helping Councillor Eris, but if that map falls into House Redorin hands, I'll probably have to kill you. Nothing personal, mind you. We're already having a bit of trouble with the house, and we'd rather not make matters worse. What are you implying? Can't a person do something nice to help out an ally every now and again? Oh, who am I kidding? I hate playing the messenger. Haven't you ever done something you hate because it was the right thing to do? Then you understand what I'm talking about. Being noble, doing the honorable thing. It can be a real pain in the arse, but a favor given becomes a favor returned, eventually.
Obviously, we know he's part of the Morrowind Tongue. We don't have to tell him that. So, we're going to use a map. This is the map. I think I know where that is. You know where that is? I like these little treasure maps. There's treasure maps all over this game. There's actually some, if you get the collector's edition, you'll get some treasure maps on that as well, because it has the discovery pack. And there's treasure maps inside there for Vardenfell. And these are really neat because they have little pictures, and they're kind of vague-ish pictures. Sometimes this one's a little bit more specific than some of the other pictures that have emerged in these treasure maps. And you go there, and there's stuff. It's great. I like it. It adds another little level of pretendy fun times or whatever to the game. There's all sorts of little things in this game that are, like, all over the place. I love it. I don't know. I'm a big fan of some of the things that they've done. And now that you can pretty much do whatever you want at any level, then it's just made it that much more fun. Here it is. Morrowind Tong map. Okay. Sorry, had to look at something there. My phone rang at me. So, welcome everybody that is joining me. I am playing Morrowind, the new chapter expansion, whatever you want to call it, for Elder Scrolls Online. I am on the island of Vardenfell in the town of Balmora right now, and I'm doing one of the side quests that currently seems to be all about the Morrowind Tong. And the Morrowind Tong, for those who have not ever heard of them before, is the assassins group for the Dunmer. Here we go. Hello guys, how you doing? Moradin 82, good to see you, and Night Hunter, good to see you too.
Sorry about all the subterfuge, but we can't be too careful when it comes to security around here. Don't be so eager, my darling. It reveals too much about your ultimate intentions. But yes, Vea would very much like to meet with you. You intrigue her, and your connection to her father could prove beneficial once she knows she can trust you. Redwin records. House officials keep track of everything. Incidents, commendations, births and deaths. Whether important or mundane, they detail it all in their registry.
Siamese dads.
The registry contains information about her brother Ulron. Don't sound so offended. You had to know your hands were going to get dirty eventually. You are dealing with assassins and politicians, after all. The local keeper of records, Lord Drono, is away, so security at his townhouse should be light.
Alright, now I gotta steal something. Well, that's gonna be fun. But considering that I have, let's see, push off. Buoyant armatures. Worst name ever. Buoyant? Anyway, I don't know. I'm not, that name annoys me. I hate it just sounds funny. It's like the word moist. Okay, where do I need to go? I need to go across the waterway again. And also for those joining me, my name is Larry Everett. I am the Elder Scrolls Online columnist for Massively Overpowered. I write the Tamriel Infinium every Wednesday. I'm gonna write another one. Another one's coming out rather on Wednesday, tomorrow. So do check that out if you're a fan of Elder Scrolls Online, like I am. You will definitely enjoy those articles. We got quite a few articles actually about Morrowind, and I've written like the last 6 or so Tamriel Infiniums have been about Morrowind, the different like the Warden class. I wrote about the Warden class, wrote about PvP, wrote about a lot of the lore and whatnot as well. go? Where do I need to go? Downstairs, it looks like. I did this at the beginning of beta and have not done it since. So I almost forget where I need to go here. You're not gonna follow me in there? Come on. I love sneaking around. I'm a big fan. Choice. Oh crap! Oh crap! Okay, good, great. Alright, excellent. Sounds good. Oh, that person killed him! That's too funny. Did they clear this room too? They an assassin? They probably are. It looks like they cleared the room. Oh. No, they didn't clear that. Okay. I don't like assassinating people. That's one thing that really annoys me, is that you can... You just go in and kill everybody, and you might. There's no real sneaking around. A little bit annoying. Joshy Love, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate that. Okay, so if you want to read it, you can rewind and pause, because I'm not going to read that, because it's going to the guard was after me. The guard's still after me, and it really annoys me that I have a... Oh, come on. It really annoys me that I have a bounty. It should clear, though, pretty quickly. Science or Philosopher, how's it going? Thank you for joining the stream. By the way, anybody who's just now joining, my name is Larry Everett. I am the I am the Elder Scrolls Online columnist for Massively Overpowered, and I write the Tamriel Infinium, which comes out every Wednesday, or about every other Wednesday, and where we talk all about Elder Scrolls Online, and especially currently about Morrowind, which is what I'm playing right now.
Still alive, I see. And since you're here, that means you weren't captured and hauled off to a Redrin dungeon. Good for you. Were you able to acquire the registry? Does it contain any information about Thea's brother Ulron? Ulron was exiled? That can't be right. He's an exemplary officer and a good man. Plus, he's the son of a counselor. Why in oblivion would House Redren banish one of their brightest stars? I can see that. There has to be more to the story, but I'm not sure how we get it. Still, you proved you could be trusted, and you admirably performed this task. So I suppose I should let you meet with Vea now. There's an abandoned cave along the coast. It's in the swamp and smells like rot, which makes it the perfect place to hide. Vea's supposed to wait inside, but she's bored. I know she's been sneaking out. You'll find her in the cave or just outside. Get to the swamp and find Vea. She's eager for any information about her brother, so she's really going to appreciate getting that registry. Just try not to be too charming when you meet her hero.
Too charming?
Distractions as it is. Vea would face too many temptations here in Balmora. Friends, favorite places, familiar sights and sounds, not to mention the proximity to all things House Redren. Even the most thick-headed house guard would eventually stumble over her. Oh, don't thank me, hero. As long as you're useful and don't betray us, then we're engaged in a mutually beneficial arrangement. Cross us in any way, however, and you'll never see my blade before it plunges into your heart.
Eee.
Well enough. Ulran and Vea used to sneak out to watch me train. I have a way with blades that fascinated them to no end. Eventually, our fondness developed between the three of us. And to think, I never even had a nick sound growing up. It's not like personal relationships are against the rules, though I suppose they are sort of frowned upon. Anyway, my assignments always brought me back to Vardenfell, so we were able to keep in touch and visit even as they grew older. Anything's possible, but the Ulran I know holds honor above all else. I can't believe he'd do something so dishonorable that the house leaders would demand his exile. We need to find out more about what happened. Vea's young, bored, and stubborn. That makes for a volatile combination. She wants fresh air and freedom. I can't blame her for that. I can blame her for assuming I'm not aware of her little excursions. I thought I trained her better than that. Danger's a relative term, especially when you're dealing with relatives. Vea can make her own decisions. If she wants to risk getting caught by House Redren, that's on her head, especially since she knows they've been searching that area.
Alright, time to go find Vea. Let's go. So, in just a few minutes, probably after this next conversation, I would think, I'm going to be giving away a copy, my copy, of Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind, and I have the collector's edition actually to give away, which includes a mount, a set of armor. Not a set of armor, an armor motif, if you will.
Halt, Fetcher!
It's a travesty that criminals walk free instead of being kept as slaves. Ah, the old days. Now, it appears you're not even worth my time. Go.
Dang it, I didn't realize there was a guard right there. Wait, where am I going? I'm going north. I need to go north. I was just at 10 gold. Anyway. In 7. Marek. There we go. I'm trying to read that. In 7 Marek, thank you for subscribing. Where am I going? I'm really going the wrong way. I'm going to take the long way. I'm going to swim. Right? No, I need to go this other way. Sorry. So I'm going to be giving away the collector's edition of Morrowind here shortly. And how did you stay on your horse? Oh, you actually fell off. I'm going to try to get to Vea, and then I think when I get to Vea, I'm going to start the raffle for it. I cut across this way. Oh. Oh. Sorry. I see a treasure chest and I gotta open it. Looks like we're still okay. I probably need to go north, don't I? Dang it. Ah, this is one of the things that annoys me about Vardenfell. It is really difficult to get around anywhere. Shortcuts are just not heard of. Oh, really? You're worse at... Yes, I suffer from luditis. I'm actually controlling myself quite a bit. If I was actually playing this game the way I do, I would be actively looking to steal everything. In fact, everything I possibly could. I do loot chests. I mean, that's the Thieves Guild is my favorite. My favorite DLC. Oh, here we go. Probably need to listen to these guys.
And you're sure it's Vea? House Redoran isn't emptying its coffers so you can chase your own tails out here.
You pay the war claws well, because the war claws are the best there is. We have the kitten scent. It's just a matter of time before my warriors catch her.
Of course, Ferrara. Just make sure she doesn't get out of the swamp. I'll take my soldiers and guard the eastern paths, in case she eludes your warriors again.
Okay, so, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start the raffle for everybody. And right, give me a second. You'll see it pop up in... Yeah, I know. I'm sure I passed up a lot of looting opportunities while I was in the house. So, and I ignored them for you guys. Anyway, so I'm going to start the raffle. So let me switch over here and get that up and going. You'll notice it when it pops up in the chat room. There you go. Should pop up in the chat room here shortly. If not, type exclamation point raffle, and you should be entered into the raffle. Is it popping up? I'm going to make sure that the raffle's starting to go. Is it going? Everybody see it? There we go. Okay, there we go. Alright, it's working. Woohoo! Alright, sweet. Took a little while. Alright, so I'm going to go find... You guys continue with that. Everybody that's here, yes, thank you. Alright, awesome. I'm going to try to find... Oh, I need to talk to this dude. And then when I find Vea... Or whatever the next part of this quest is, I forget.
Counselor's lackey. I understand you've made significant progress in your search for Vea. As a matter of fact, so have we. This whole ordeal will be over soon. and then you can be on your way, Outlander. My mercenaries have spotted Veya skulking about the northern portion of the swamp. Between my soldiers and Ferhara's war claws, the Councilor's daughter will soon be home safe and sound. Veya's brother. It's a sad story. Killed one of his own soldiers to protect an Ashlander of all things. I think they were being too lenient when they simply exiled him. But that's how they treat the privileged few. Ulron always had an unnatural attraction to the Ashlanders and their savage ways. He felt that an Ashlander life was worth more than a Redoran life. The Council didn't agree with his assessment. This will all be over as soon as Ferhara finds Veya. Khajiit mercenaries of the highest order. For members of a lesser race, Ferhara's warriors are surprisingly effective. I employ them to bolster our forces.
A lesser race.
Between obligations to the Pact and other matters, House Redoran is spread thin of late. As you say, Ferhara's war claws take their contract as seriously as you do, however. Get in their way, and I can't guarantee your safety.
Ferhara assumes the Councilor's minions will not present a problem for the war clause. Yes, Captain?
The Outlanders have been warned, Ferhara. I leave everything else to your discretion.
Okay, so I gotta go find Veya. Hopefully I do. Okay. Are the war claws attackable to me? No, it doesn't look like it. That's good. Let's see if we can find her more war claws. Oh, that one, that one's attackable. I thought they were. Yeah, don't trust that dude. I agree. Alright, as soon as I find Veya, or something like that, whatever happens next, I'm going to actually draw for the raffle and see who wins. Alright, Veya, where are you? There we are.
Stupid war claws.
By the three! You really shouldn't sneak up on a person like that. If you're working with those mercenaries, I assure you, you won't take me without a fight. Oh, right. Now you mentioned something about that. Look, I can't wait to hear what you learned. But the swamp is crawling with mercenaries. There's a cave to the northeast. We can talk there. Unfortunately, there's a mob of those beast people between here and the cave. I was going to try and sneak past them, but every time I get too close, I think one of them catches my scent. You're going to tackle that mob of fur and claws? I'm impressed. Meet me at the cave when you're finished. I think we have a lot to talk about. Oh, and try not to get killed. I really want to know what you came all this way to tell me. Meet me in the cave to the north when you finish with the mercenaries.
I can smell the Dark Elf kitten. Looks like we're the first ones here.
Healer!
War claws! Let's play this outsider!
Healing!
Up here! Hurry before
Yes, she's going baritone tonight. All right, so before I step in there, let's give away some Morrowind. All right, so when I announce your name, or whenever hopefully it's going to be announced in chat. I don't know why it wasn't announced in chat before, but regardless, whenever it is announced, let me know that you're still here, and by saying something in the chat room. So here we go. Monsieur KT.
Warclaws, let's flay this outsider.
Oh, it's too late for the raffle. It's been closed. There you go, Monsieur KT. Congratulations. Awesome. Thank you for replying there. You have won Morrowind, the collector's edition of Morrowind. If you do not have Elder Scrolls Online already, you will have Elder Scrolls Online as well as the new chapter Morrowind, as along with all of the perks that come with having the collector's edition. I really hope you enjoy it. I really do, and yeah. If anybody else is looking to buy Morrowind, you can go to our website. We should have links to. I think we still have links on the website for Amazon purchases. If you want to get it through Amazon, will help benefit the site by buying it through Amazon, and you can also just support the site however you want through Patreon, through watching us on Twitch, just seeing the site in general. So. Thank you very much, Monsieur KT. Appreciate it. Appreciate your follow, and congratulations. I will be sending you that code. Actually, I'm going to send you that code right after the stream. So look for that there. It's going to be in your private messages in Twitch. Okay. Going in.
What do you think of my luxurious accommodations? It's got dirt and rock, fungus and a poultry fire, all the comforts of home. Anyway, you said you had information about my brother, Oran. What did you find out? No, that can't be right. Oran's honorable and noble. He's a model soldier. What could he have possibly done to warrant being banished? What? My brother has always been interested in the Ashlanders. Even showed them a kindness the rest of the house doesn't approve of. But for him to kill someone, especially one of his own soldiers, something terrible must have happened. I know the tribe that Oran liked to help, brought them supplies and such. He'd go and visit their camp whenever our father wasn't paying attention. Will you go with me to talk to them? Wait, someone's coming.
She can handle herself just fine, hero. Vea, grab your things. It's time to go.
Go? Why? What's going on?
The Warclaws are marching toward this cave along with half the House Redwing soldiers in Balmora. We need to go now.
Damn it! They must have followed us. I'll get my stuff.
Talk to Naru now? Yeah, okay, there we go. Lots of people just running around here.
Dealing with an arrogant, impatient, overconfident young woman. Now I know how my mother must have felt. We need to move. It won't take those damn cats long to find this place, not with their sense of smell. The back tunnels. Better than heading out the front door and right into the main contingent of Redoran troops. Councillor Eris brought additional soldiers from town. He's intent on getting his daughter, and he may have the numbers to do it. One more thing. The back tunnels wind their way through territory that House Redoran recently acquired. We may run into some resistance, but it shouldn't be as bad as what's waiting outside the front of the cave.
Back tunnels it is.
Does the ceiling look unstable to you?
Is she following me? There she is.
Search everywhere. Captain Privin thinks the Councillor's kitten might try to escape through these tunnels.
Damn! Those cat bastards are harder to shake than a blind date.
I know, right? She does need some sunlight.
I can't get captured and taken back to my father. Not when I'm this close to finding my brother.
Where am I? Where are we going? I'm going the right way, right? Okay. Wow, it just seemed like I was going the wrong way. Okay, we ran into zero resistance.
Must be the way out. I just hope there aren't any Redorans up there.
Alright.
Oh no, we're surrounded. And that's my father. What's he doing here?
Sweep the caves. If you spot Vea, report back to me. She's not to be harmed.
I'd prefer that you don't harm the agents I hired either. There's no need for bloodshed.
Father ruins everything. I'm so close to finding my brother and he shows up to drag me back home. Well, I'm not going back without a fight. You do that for me. Thanks, I guess. But what can you possibly do against all those soldiers? My father brought the whole damn army with him this time. Clever. Tell my father whatever he wants to hear. That might actually work. Afterward, meet me at the Ashlander camp to the south. My brother would often visit that particular tribe. It's as good a place as any to start. Once I find Ulran and make sure he's alright, I'll meet with my father. But that meeting will be on my terms, not his. And tell him to call off his soldiers, or I might change my mind. That should buy us some time.
Halt! Who goes there?
Stand down. These outlanders work for me. The captain reported that he had seen you in the area. There are also multiple reports that Vea has been spotted. Tell me, have you seen my daughter? I won't sleep well until she's home, safe and sound. I also said that the captain has his own resources. The war claws report to Briven, not me. Look, we're all just trying to get my daughter home safely. Now, tell me what Veya's thinking. It was a gamble, I admit. An opportunity I couldn't let slip away. You won't make me feel guilty about trying to find my daughter. So, where and when will Veya meet with me?
I just think it's amazing that this is actually a side quest. This isn't the main quest at all. This is a side quest. And it's so in-depth and so... It's got such personality in the characters and whatnot.
Very well. We'll do this her way. Veya can be as stubborn as her mother sometimes. But tell my daughter that my patience won't last forever. Next time, I expect Veya to be with you. Or I might just let Captain Briven do this his way. Do as I command, and let them pass.
Alright, I'm going to... I think I'll have this conversation, and then I'm going to have to shut down the stream for the evening. Man, I can't believe it's gone by so fast. And I didn't even quite finish the quest line. There's Veya.
Well, there certainly aren't Ashlanders, not with those tales.
This is disturbing. I can't believe this. Why allow the Warclaws to run roughshod over the camp like this? What's House Ridderin thinking? And what in the name of the three have they done with the Ashlanders? My brother often visited this camp. Took me along a couple of times. It used to be such a vibrant place. So full of life. I know House Ridderin wants to expand along the western coast, but I never expected they'd set the Warclaws loose like this. If Ulran was here, he'd never stand for the Warclaws invading the camp. He told me the Ashlanders were the same as you and I. Different beliefs don't necessarily make people bad. We need to see if we can find out what happened here. I really want to help, but Naryu won't hear of it. We don't get our hands dirty unless there's a writ attached. She's so fond of reminding me. We'll hang around and wait for you to find something before we move in.
Veya, I don't think this is a good idea. We're trying to keep you out of House Redrin hands, remember?
You're not my parent, Naryu. I can take care of myself, even if the Mother of Blades doesn't think so.
Damn it, Veya. You know I hate that title.
Alright, I'm going to try to sneak in. To the warriors of the Scrib Battalion, including the soldiers of the House rather than mercenaries. Scrib Battalion tasked with reclaiming the... Okay, okay. Do not force any answer. Allow the Ashlanders to leave the vicinity. Ashlanders resist, disarm. Okay, interesting. That's right. Real men have full beards or go home. I agree. Just kidding. I don't know. Well, yeah, actually, I agree. Is this like... Oh, hello.
If I'd realized how popular this camp was going to be with Outlanders, I would have moved the tribe ages ago. You don't appear to be one of the heretical invaders, but looks can be deceiving. What do you seek, stranger? Ah, Ulran the Exile. He disgraced his family and lost his status, but remained true to his heart. Ulran is here. He tried to stand against the Redorans, just as they detained me within this yurt. I assume they dragged him off to the mine, along with most of the tribe who refused to let those tribunal dogs walk all over us. Or should I say tribunal cats in this instance? Be wary. The mine will be as protected as the camp, maybe even more so. It's a small hole in the ground, but it served us well until the Redorans and their war claws arrived. Now they toss my people aside and lock the door. Warclaw Irgazar carries the key, but there is a spare in the supply yurt. Get the key to the mine from either the Warclaw's commander or the supply yurt, whichever suits your needs. Perhaps you'll find what you seek within Kudanot's depths. To keep the head and the body separate. As long as I'm here, I can't offer my people hope or advice, and I certainly can't compel them to rebel against these invaders. I have no doubt. However, my place remains with my people, at least for now. The Warclaws have treated me well so far. They believe I can make their tails fall off if I so choose. Who am I to dissuade such creatures from their beliefs?
Oh, that's good.
Do not let yesterday take up too much of today.
Alright. Oh, I need to get the key. Which is around here somewhere. Did I just attract somebody's attention? Oh man, my time is up here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna end the stream here for the moment. I'm not gonna finish this quest on this character. I will probably, I don't know. I'll see if I can do it some other time really soon. Am I in Skyrim? No, I'm not in Skyrim. I am in Vardenfell. So anyway, there's Red Mountain to prove it right there. Anyway, so thank you very much everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate that. I will be sending. Let's get that shot of Red Mountain. There we go, right there. I will be sending Monsieur KT, or Monsieur Rect, rather, the key here pretty shortly. So thank you very much, and for watching, and I'll catch everybody later. Do catch the Tamriel Infinium tomorrow, and you can follow me if you want on Twitter at Shadow, SHADDOE. You can also, here, let me start this up, and you can follow Massively Overpowered on Twitter at Massively OP, and also on Facebook at Massively OP. So, yeah, I'm avoiding the major spoilers. I think I've missed most of the spoilers as far as this is concerned. So, anyway, thank you very much again for tuning in, and I will see everybody another time. Bye bye.